Mr. Vargas is here on 2 counts of lewd lascivious behavior. And you are, sir?
I am his father, Your Honor.
All right. Your dad is here. Can you afford an attorney?
Will be.
Sir?
Yes, sir.
You can. Where you work?
I do not work, sir.
Yeah. I didn't ask your dad if he could afford one. I asked you if you can afford one.
Me personally, sir, no, I cannot.
Okay. I'll appoint the public defender's office.
Your Honor, may we be heard briefly?
Yes.
Okay. In reviewing the minimus in both cases and in speaking with Mr. Vargas's father, and looking at court services report, it appears that Mr. Vargas has no prior criminal history. His father and family live in High Springs, Florida. If Mr. Vargas were to be released, that's where he would reside. The father would also assist in assuring that he returned back to court. Perhaps conditions of release, including a GPS monitor, might be considered by the court in lieu of a high monetary bond. I would also point out that the allegations in this case, one dates back to 2020 and one dates back to early 2022. So I don't think there's a great flight risk involved here, or a risk to the community if Mr. Vargas is placed on pretrial conditions that ensure that he basically remain at home and while the charges are pending. And I don't know if Mr. Vargas, the father, would like to speak to the court as well.
Your Honor, I'm a chaplain, and so we're going to adhere to whatever you decide today. I'm just here to ensure that he will get to his appointments. He does have physical therapy. He had spinal surgery July of last year. So he does have to. I will ensure that he does the rehab as well, but mostly ensuring that he is going to make sure that he attends all the court hearings, court dates, etc. He doesn't have a car, and so we will ensure that he makes those appointments, sir.
All right, his bond on count 1 will be $15,000 and $25,000 on count 2, and he must be fitted with a GPS before he's released. He has to abide by a curfew of 7 p.m. to 6 a.m., but he can attend work or school or church.
Yes, sir.
But he has to go directly home if he's after those hours.
Yes, sir.
No unsupervised contact with any minors. No contact whatsoever with AS and KC, the 2 alleged victims in the case.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes?
the court provided the exception of the curfew with exception to attend in church. The allegations in the police report
I understand that these happened in a church building.
So the state is concerned with that exception that's provided by the court. Just wanted that noted.
I understand, but he's not to have any unsupervised contact wherever he goes with minors. So if he's at a church, he has to be under adult supervision, or if he's at a school, he has to be at adult with supervision. You can't have unsupervised contact, but I'm not going to forbid him from going to church. I don't even think I can probably constitutionally, I would have questions about whether that would be permissible. But he cannot have unsupervised contact.
Yes, sir.
He can't be alone at all with any minor children, anyone under the 18.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
The state would also like to readdress Christian Vargas, just so that first appearance order is clear in regards to the defendant being allowed to attend church. If the defendant is present at church with the victim, the state will violate.
You can't
his
have
neutrality.
contact, yes.
I understand that, Your Honor. The first appearance order will state coming within 500 feet of the victim. If he is present at church, when the
If they're
victim-
there, yes, he can't attend the church where they are.
I just want that to be clear, since
Okay.
the court is permitting him to attend church.
I am permitting him to attend church.
Just for Madam Clerk, so that first appearance order is clear, that the state will
That's a different order. A lot of things happen in houses, but I can't forbid people from going into a house because it's where it happened, a church or a school. And in fact, I'm fairly certain that it would be a violation of a constitutional right to tell somebody you can't go to church, even though a crime occurred there. I understand what you're saying. That's why I put the conditions in place that I put in place of no unsupervised contact with any minors. But I'm not going to tell him he can't attend church, which is probably, even though he's in trouble, where he needs to be.
Your Honor, I do understand that. I just feel.
Yeah, he can't have contact with the victims.
But, Your Honor, if they are present
Then
together
he
at
can't be
church-
there.
Okay.
That's different. That's different from saying you can't go to a church. He can't have contact with the victims. All right, I understand what your concern there is, and the order's clear on that. He cannot have any contact with the victims.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. We're adjourned.